He made a way out of fear of destruction for Jacob to reconcile with his brother Esau. And then in Matthew, he made a way out for a woman with the issue of blood who spent all the money she had at the doctor without success. But God worked a way out for her. And so God also will make a way out for you. So there are many other scriptures throughout the Bible where we can see the waymaker hand at work in our lives. Our God is a waymaker. Your God is a waymaker. This is important for us to remember because God does the impossible from time to time. He works miracles and comes through and in ways that we never dreamed that He would come through. There are times in our lives when we do not understand and cannot see how God is going to work this one out. This may be the same thing for the path that you are now on, but He will work it out. But God knows the way. Just leave it in His hand, and He will do it for you. You know that song? He will do it for you? Yes, He will do it for you. Just leave everything in His care, and He will take care of you. May God's richest blessing be with you. Bear in mind, if you have any difficulty on the path and you need to talk to chaplain, just ask your student leader, and they will tell you where to find me. I'm here every Tuesday from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock, and you can get me on the phone too. Blessing. Enjoy your course. Thank you.
So we have been given our tips, we have been blessed, we have the word. So what's next? How do we get settled for summer 2025? We have our Dean of the School of Business, Entrepreneurship and Management, Mrs. Sonia Davidson. If you're doing HR, logistics, operations and management, accounting, finance, straight biz administration, associate in international relations, journalism, there are about 19. Internal audit, there's like a long list of programs. Tourism, this is your dean, marketing, right? So know her and know her well. Mrs. Davidson, thank you so much.
Thank you, O'Neill. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. I'm going to tell you some of the fun stuff. I'm going to tell you some of the serious stuff as we go through this presentation. But please, I want you to pay attention to everything. What I'm going to go through with you will help you along the way in settling and moving through your degree programs that you have accepted to do here at UCC. So UCC is an exciting education institution. We offer quite a bit, as Mr. Dow was reading down for you, not only in academic courses and programs, but also a balanced way of life. And we encourage all our students to get involved from the chorale. You heard the beautiful Nigen, that voice, and I'm sure some of you also have that type of voice. You can join our chorale, you can join our Circle K, you can get involved in all sorts of things. So please don't sit on the sideline and say, oh, I'm only here to do my degree. That doesn't help you at all in life. You need to have balance. There's the academics, and there's other things that creates that balance for you. And we have it all here at UCC. But we do put the needs of our students first, as Dr. Dawkins would have told you about. We have various support initiatives in place. So again, please don't sit on the sidelines. Get involved, ask questions. We are here to support you. And one of our major selling points here is the flexibility of our timetable or our class schedules, because The majority of our students here are working and trying to get that degree while working. Let me see the hands of those who are working and trying to improve them. See there? I'm not wrong, right? The majority of us here working and trying to get through this degree program while doing that and balancing family life. So one of our major selling points is that we try to be flexible in the offerings in terms of class times, okay? We have face-to-face classes here on campus, and we do have classes through the online modality where you will join your lecturer in a Zoom room, and same teaching you would get if you are here on campus, same teaching is provided to you online if it's more convenient for you to do your classes that way. This summer session is not a full semester of 13 weeks, like fall, which is September to December, or spring, which is January to April. Summer is a shortened period of 10 weeks. So if we're going from 13 to 10 weeks, and we're doing the same syllabus, what does that mean? It's in one of Dr. Dawkins' tips. What does that mean? What would have been delivered in 13 weeks is going to be delivered in 10 in your first semester. What does that mean? Come again? Okay. So the 1 hour, 3 hour thing is going to be a reality in summer. All right? Because you're going to be doing a lot of independent work. Your lecturer is going to challenge you to watch this video, read this, discuss this, whatever. Because whatever would have been delivered in 13 weeks is going to be delivered in 10. So being accountable, being responsible, being an active learner is going to be required of you as you get this journey on. It actually means then that you will have 9 weeks with your lecturer of teaching and learning, and 1 week in every semester is dedicated to your midterm, what you do as midterm exams in high school. We call it mid-semester assessment. So there's 1 week where you don't have any class, but during that class time, you do your midterm exam, okay? Our classes start on Sunday, the 25th of May, and from we start, that's it. No grace period. The lecture is on it, okay? So be prepared. Once the 25th of May hits, that's the start of classes, all right? Full speed ahead. But as Dr. Dawkins would have mentioned, we do provide advisors and support to you. Each of you, depending on the degree program you're assigned to, will have a program coordinator that's responsible for that program. And for those of you in the regions, you have a campus manager and a program coordinator there to assist you with any of the programs that you may be doing at a regional campus location. We also have our faculty who are advisors too. So reach out to your lecturers, okay? They can help you. Those of you who have a challenge creating that timetable for the 1 hour, 3 hour thing, you can reach out to your lecturer and ask advice. They have been through this. So they know how to help you to create a study timetable. They know how to channel you. Maybe you should try looking for this type of resources in the library. They can help you along the way as well. So we have a two-pronged approach to advising and supporting you. So you're going to be challenged to do some independent research and assignments. You may receive some of your lecture content as pre-recorded videos. And we know the challenge, to really have the discipline to go and watch those videos and do the action items that your lecturer may say. So don't fall into the trap. If your lecturer gives you a link to a video and says, please watch this video and come prepared to discuss blah, blah, blah next week, make sure you watch the video and you are prepared. because the lecturer is trying to cover all the content. And if you have to spend the time in the class to watch the video, then that doesn't make any sense. That's just taking up unnecessary time. So things like that may happen, or the lecturer may say, make sure you read this article ahead of class. So when we come to class, we're discussing it, or we're doing some activities based on the article. So how are you going to get ready now? This is you, all on you now. We have to get you all registered by the 22nd of May. That means that you would have selected all your courses that you plan to do in this summer period. You would have paid your fees, whether it's a deposit and go on a payment plan, or you're paying full, or you have advised our Student Financial Services team that you're getting a scholarship from wherever, or your company provides you with a commitment letter to say we are going to be covering X amount of these fees. All of that has to be settled by the 22nd of May. When? 22nd of May, all right? That's when registration closes. So, right after this session, you may start the process by going to meet with your advisor, your program coordinator, and talking to SFS on the financial options available and start the ball rolling so that you can complete your registration process by the 22nd of May. As indicated, classes begin on the 25th. If there are any changes, minor tweaks that you need to make to your registration, this must be done by the 31st of May. Once 11:59 p.m. comes on the 31st of May, the system locks down anything to do with registration, and no changes can be made thereafter. Your mid-semester assessments, those midterm exams I told you about, the week of June 22 to 28 will be dedicated to those assessments. So during that week, you will not have a class with your lecturer, but you will have your midterm exam during the class time. We have our commencement ceremony, graduation day, on July 20. We don't normally have classes on that day because we expect all of our student body to participate and to cheer on those students who you saw in that type of graduation scenario. We try to give them a good send-off on commencement day. So we want everyone to be involved, and we don't normally have classes on that date. Okay? The last day of classes with your lecturer will be the 2nd of August, and thereafter we go through an exam period for final exams, and then the term closes on the 15th of August. And you get a little break before you come back for the fall semester in September, and you do a whole new set of courses. So we're on a semester cycle. Every semester you do a set of courses, you finish that, the next semester you move on to a brand new set of classes. Everybody understands that cycle? Okay. The end of semester period runs from the 4th of August to the 15th of August. And what happens is, about 3 weeks before the 4th of August, you will receive what is called the EOSA timetable, end of semester assessment timetable. It's a timetable like how CXC would have sent out the CSEC or the CAPE timetable, where everybody, wherever they are, sits English A at the same time. We're all familiar with that? Okay. So the same thing happens here for end of semester. Everybody who is doing Introduction to Business Administration sits their exam at the same time. So this timetable is separate from your regular classroom timetable. And why I'm pointing this out to you, we're all working, right? Exams run from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., which means you may need to ask your boss for 3 hours to do your exam on a particular date. So I want you from now to sensitize your supervisors, your bosses, that during this period, you will have to come in to do your final exams, and that you may be asking for a few hours, so that you don't spring it on them as a surprise 2 or 3 weeks before exam starts. Everybody with me? It's called communication. We know that, right? Okay? So start to sensitize your supervisors and your bosses that during this period, I'm going to have to go into UCC some days to do my exams, and I may need to beg 3 hours or so from work. All right? Those of you who are fortunate, you can work around your department leave and your vacation leave, when the timetable comes out, so that you're not disturbing the flow of your department. We do have 2 national holidays as well, August 1 and August 6, and there are no activities on these public holidays in Jamaica. Okay. Now I want to just go through some terminologies that we use here at UCC so that you are aware. There is a distinction between what is called an online student and a student who is doing courses online. Anybody knows the difference? An online student and a student who is doing courses online. Online campus? Okay, so it goes a little bit further than that, but you're on the right track. She says online students are the ones who are registered under the designation online campus, and the ones who are students doing courses online are registered to one of our local campuses in our student management system. Goes a little bit further than that. An online student is one who legitimately lives overseas. Legitimately lives overseas and has provided that information when they applied for their degree program. Okay? Legitimately. Okay? Which means that you would have had to provide us with proof of your residency overseas, whether it is a state driver's license or a utility bill with that address or bank statement with that address. You must show that you legitimately live overseas to be categorized as an online student. Other than that, once you are here in Jamaica, you are assigned to a campus location here in Jamaica, and so you fall into the category of student doing courses online if in the timetable you select a class that is online. So that's the difference. And it's a major difference, because when it comes to your final exams, only those students who are online students do exams online. Once you are in Jamaica, you are required to come in and do your exam at a campus location. Are we all clear? So I don't want anybody when the timetable comes out saying, but I did my class online, so I thought I was going to do my exam online. Does not compute. All right? Once you are in Jamaica, you are required to sit your exam at a campus location. All clear? Hands up. Want to make sure you know. Okay? Great. 2 other terminologies too that people get confused. Matriculation versus student progression. Anybody knows what matriculation is? You would have seen it in your welcome letter. You would have seen it on the website with a description about the programs. Any idea what matriculation is? All right. Matriculation speaks to the requirements that you need to enter our degree programs. And for all of our degree programs, we require 5 CSEC passes or their equivalent with grades 1 to 3. That's a minimum requirement for matriculation, for full acceptance into the university. For those of you who may not have the 5, including English and math, we don't turn you away. We're always here to support, and so we provide you with what is known as conditional acceptance. And the conditional acceptance means you come in with what you have, and we bring you up to speed to meet the matriculation requirements using what are known as foundation courses. So the foundation courses represent the equivalent of CSEC subjects, all right? So if you are told when you meet with your advisor that you have to do a foundation course, it's because we are trying to get you fully matriculated into the university if you don't have the 5 subjects that are required. Everybody understands that? Clear on that? All right? So don't be put off if you hear you're not starting the degree program right away and you have to step back and do those foundation courses to meet the matriculation requirements. But your letter would have said conditional acceptance, and that's how you know that you're required to do foundation courses. Okay? So what are these foundation courses that we offer? We offer the equivalent of English, math, and accounting. The English course is called English for Academic Purposes. The math courses, Core Math for business students and behavioral studies students, and Introductory Math for those students who are in the School of Math, Science, and Technology, because they get more technical with their math. Okay? And then there is accounting, fundamentals of accounting. So we have 3 options here that can help you to get to your 5 CSEC passes and ready for degree program. Through our College of Occupational Studies, we also have other subjects equivalent to CSEC that you can do. So if you need more, we will assist you with things like social studies or IT to get you up to your matriculation standards. The other terminology was student progression. So you have matriculated with your 5 subjects. But for some of the courses that you have to do in your degree program, you need CSEC grade 1 or 2. The 3 won't cut it. Okay? And those courses tend to be the ones that we all hate: English, math, and accounting. Okay? So, even if you matriculate with the 5 subjects, grades 1 to 3, there are certain courses for you to progress. You need to have grades 1 or 2, or we're going to ask you to refresh yourself by doing the foundation course as a prerequisite. So the first English course that most of you, well, all of you will do in your degree program is Academic Writing 1. And Dean Charles teaches that course. Okay? All right? But to do Academic Writing 1, you need a grade 1 or 2 in English A, or we're going to ask you to refresh yourself by doing the English for Academic Purposes foundation course. Similarly, for the math, to do college algebra or to do general math, if you're in the IT, You're going to have to step back and do core math if you don't have grades 1 or 2 in math. For financial accounting, same thing. You're going to have to step back and do fundamentals of accounting if you don't have grade 1 or 2 in CSEC principles of accounts. Understanding how we work here? Right? Because if we push you through with the grade 3, you're going to have major challenges in trying to cope with these courses. You really have to be at a certain level to manage your courses in your degree program. Now, what about your assessments? How are you going to be assessed here at UCC? Most of our courses, out of the 100% that is required to pass the course, 60% weighting of that 100% is to what you do in coursework with your lecturer and your mid-term exam. 40% to make up the 100 is what you do in your final assessment, whether it is a timed exam or whether it is a project that your lecturer gives you. So we have a 60-40 ratio in how we do your assessments, how we give you your scores for your assignments. But here's a trap. You have to pass both components. So don't believe you can score 58 out of 60 on the coursework and you have skated through. Does not work. All right? You have to pass your final assessment as well. Everybody clear? Right? Because I know when the grades come out and some of us fall short, you're going to hear, but, laying it down. You must pass your coursework, which is out of 60% weighting. So you must get at least 30 out of 60 for coursework. And you must pass your final assessment. You must get at least 20 out of 40. That combination gives you a pass in your courses. Have I lost anybody? Everybody clear? All clear? Okay. So that means, as Dr. Dawkins says, do all your assignments. Make sure you hand them in on time. It's very, very important. There are a few courses, very few, that are assessed based on what we call a competency framework, where every single assignment that you get adds up to the 100% weighting. There are very few. It's usually the English courses and the introductory math courses, right? But it means, again, you have to do every single piece of assignment in order to pass the course. So please, guys, pay attention and make sure that you do the thing well. Mid-semester, as I told you before, is June 2022 to 28. It's done during your class time. For the IT students, they get a project to do. For the other students, it's usually some form of quiz or assignment that they have to do in a specified time period. And you must do your mid-semester because it is 20% of your coursework grade. So can you imagine if you don't do that and you miss out on 20% of your coursework grade? You're going to have challenges to pass the course, all right? The end of semester period is August 4 to 15, as I mentioned before. It's either a 2-hour timed exam or a project type activity, which your lecturer will tell you at the beginning of the semester. And as I mentioned before, it's a fixed timetable, like how CXC does it, and everybody does their exam at the same time for each course. And that is 40% weighting, and you must do that and pass it in order to pass the course. Reminding you again of the rules for end of semester. Only students who legitimately live overseas and have provided proof of that are designated as online students, and therefore allowed to do their exams online. To do those exams online, you have to do it through what is called a proctoring service. That means there is someone online as an invigilator watching you doing that exam, just as if you were here on campus. The invigilator would be walking around. Online, we have what is called a proctor, who is watching you doing that exam while you are online in a secure space, no distractions, right? And there is a cost. Okay? So you would be told by Student Financial Services what are the costs if you are an online student and the proctoring fee. I don't know if anybody mentioned this before, but we have two Bibles, the Holy Bible and a student handbook, right? And both are free, okay? So the student handbook, there's a link to it in your student management system profile in Orion, and it's also on the UCC website. You can go there under students, look for student handbook. It's a PDF file. You can download it and start getting familiar with what all students need to know. In that student handbook is everything that you could possibly need to know about UCC's life. How to register for classes, how to add and drop classes, what to do during class time, how to apply for leave of absence. Everything is there, okay? The exam rules, everything is there. It is your second Bible, and Dr. Paul and O'Neill will be quizzing you on that second Bible. So, you met Dr. Paul, right? She look easy? All right? So Dr. Paul and O'Neill will be taking you through your orientation classes for the first 5 weeks of the semester, and you're going to be getting some quizzes on this second Bible. So please start to read up and get familiar. I want to thank you for your time, and I will take any questions that you may have at this point. Questions? Or did I give you too much information?
No questions? So, Mrs. D, I have a gift here. You asked a question, which is, what's the difference between matriculation and student progression? Oh, see? All right, no problem.
So matriculation is where you have the 5 CXC courses, subjects, with grades 1, 2, and 3, where student progression is where you have maybe 2 subjects and you need 3 more. The university assists you with those 3 subjects before you start the program.
That's half of the answer.
Thank
That's
you
the
for
matriculation part. That if you
Anyone?
don't meet the 5, then we allow you to do courses, foundation, to bring you up to the 5.
Okay, so matriculation is meeting all the requirements for UCC to enroll or accept you in the academy, and student progression is foundational courses that you need to pass as
Prerequisites.
prerequisite courses that you need to pass. So essentially, progress in the essentially progress in the
Yes, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. So there are
Dr.
some
Paul?
courses for which you need a prerequisite to move on to. The first English course, Academic Writing 1. The first math course, College Algebra or General Math. or the first accounting course, financial accounting. You're going to need CSEC grades 1 or 2 to progress. If you don't, then we're going to require you to do the foundation course to refresh yourself and bring you up to speed. Okay, thank you so much.
All right, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Anil.
I have one more. There are two types of courses with different grading structure, right? There are two types of courses with a different grading structure. Your response is to indicate the type of course and its grading structure, right? So there are two types of courses with its grading structure. Your response should be the type of course and its grading structure.
So normally it's a 60-40 for the normal subjects, and foundational courses, it's mostly coursework. That's 100% of the grade. And no final exam for that.
Okay, she's good. All right, so we have the 60-40 for most of our courses. 60% to coursework, 40% to your final exam, and you have to pass both components to pass the course. And then we have the competency-based courses. Most of them are the foundation courses, where all the assignments add up to the 100% weighting, and there's no final exam. Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions for Mrs. Davidson? No? All right. Thank you, Mrs. Davidson, for your support and getting us started for summer 2025. So, are we ready for our vibes check? Are we ready for our vibes check? All right, Circle K, it's over to you.
Good morning, everyone. All right, so I'm Brittany Hamilton from the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean Circle K International Club. And I'm going to teach you a little chant from Circle K. It's called Vibes Check, as you just heard.
All right, good morning, everyone. Come again. All right, so let's try a little thing then, because I realize that, maybe you've been in here for a little while. All right, so here's what we're going to do, right? I am going to say vibes check. You're going to say boom, right? But the thing is, you have to match my tone. Cool? Right?
So if she goes low,
right.
you
So
go low with her.
Let's try it out. Vibes check.
Boom.
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 Vibes check. Vibes check. All right.
And the next part of it is, when we say Circle K, how you feeling, you say, we feel good. We feel so good. Hype. As in, hype. We're hyped. Right? So we're going to try the vibes check again. And then we're going to put it together. I want to hear the vibes. All right? We've not been sitting down for a little while. Something to spruce up the energy.
All right. Let's go again. You ready? All right. Vibes check. 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 All right.
Okay, how you feeling? We feel so good. Hype.
All right.
All right, so now that we have the energy locked in, let me go ahead and introduce the club. So good morning again. I am the president of UCC CKI, and as you heard, I said before, CKI stands for Circle K International, and we are the largest collegiate volunteering organization in the world, globally, with thousands of clubs, with even more thousands of members across the world. Now, what is CKI? What do we do? So, we're a club sponsored by Kiwanis International, and our focus is on three pillars: service, leadership, and fellowship. At UCC CKI, we believe that volunteering isn't just an activity, people, it's a whole lifestyle. If you're passionate about giving back, building your leadership skills, and forming meaningful connections, then this is the club that you should join. So let me walk you through some of the projects that we have done. So our Labor Day project, last year we partnered with the Kiwanis Club of Caribbean Emerging Leaders for a beautification and revitalization project at Chetala Mel Nathan Education Center. And we also did a project at the Citizens Advice Bureau Basic School in the same regard. We've held donations drives, delivered care packages, and contributed to programs like the BUG program, which is a Bring Up Grades initiative that we tutor and aid students in their homework at the Central Branch All-Age School. So that's what we've done. And there's many more, but we don't have enough time. What we're going to do now, our upcoming projects. So May is Child's Month, and the project that we have planned is with the Waltham Basic School as part of our fundraiser called Purchase a Cake for a Child. This initiative will have persons pay for a slice of cake that will go to a child at the Waltham Basic School for Child's Day, and we, the CKI Club, will provide them with gifts and ice cream and fun activities on the day. Persons can volunteer to be there to help out. And for our Labor Day project we have upcoming, there's two. We're going to do a revitalization activity at the Dunoon Park Technical High School, and on the same day we'll be partnering with Caribbean Emerging Leaders again to go back to Chetala Mel and finish what we started last year. Our major emphasis projects that we have upcoming, we have two, and they are both donation drives. The first one is the Period Poverty Drive, where we will be collecting sanitary items like pads, wipes, pouches, and stuff for teenagers who are in need of them, so females who are in need. And our second would be our Back to School drive that will run from the end of May straight up to August. And these donations will be contributed to several children's homes. So as you can see, we're a very active club. We're literally the most active club in UCC.
Very active. Very
active, right? So if you're interested in becoming a member, there are two options. Well, when you join, you are going to become what is called a prospective member. You are able to participate in all our service projects, volunteer with Kiwanis clubs across the islands and CKI clubs in different universities. However, you have to be a paid member to be able to qualify for local and international scholarships from Kiwanis International and Circle K International. Also for our district conferences like District Convention, where we get awards and training, District Leadership Fall Conference, and the International Conference that is scheduled in June. It will be in Pittsburgh, that's in the States, right? For you to be able to access those things, you have to be a paid international member. But if you join and, maybe you don't become a paid member, that's fine. You can still participate in the core, which is volunteering. Now, anybody in here was in Key Club in high school or ever heard about Key Club? Key Clubbers, it is your duty to join CKI. I think you know this. It is your duty to join CKI.
They know.
Okay? Outside, we have our sign-up sheet and our little booth where you can learn a lot more about our club. And just engage with us. We have candy out there. If, you're enticed. You've been sitting down. You want like something, right? And If you're serious about community service, leadership, and becoming a part of something bigger than yourself or UCC, this is the club for you. Visit our booth and sign up today. Become a prospect and then become a paid member. So that's all from me, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, CKI. UCC family, how you feeling? UCC family, how you feeling? Can you call in back CKI because I don't think they got it right. UCC family, how are you feeling? All right, let's try that again. UCC family, how you feeling? Hype is only on this side of the building, so let's get it on to the other side of the building. UCC family, how you feeling? All right. Lord, I'm going to be stressed out when UCC 101 class starts because I'm not feeling the vibes at all. So, there was an interesting question that was asked just now, which is, were you a part of Key Club? So I'm going to ask you to do something, right? Google UCC Kiwanis International. UCC Kiwanis International. Google UCC Kiwanis International. And tell me what you have found. Google UCC International. UCC Kiwanis International, and tell me what you have found. Persons who are in Key Club, tell me what you have found. If you are in Key Club and you are starting in summer 2025, which is the semester that you're starting in now, tell me what you're seeing. Have you found it? All right, tell me what are you seeing?
It says that eligibility is open to new students effective summer 2025 who are members of the Kiwanis Service Leadership Club while in high school.
All right, so how much money are you going to get? Just scroll down to the end, because that's what we always do.
Value is 456,000 JMD.
All right, the value is 456,000 JMD just for being what? A member of Kiwanis International. And if you're a new student starting in summer 2025, that's a full scholarship given to you. All right? I say no more. Tuition is expensive. And if you want to save some money for your associate degree for the next 2 years, you apply for that scholarship. And you don't have to save, well, you can use that money for something else, tour the world. And then when you're ready for the bachelor's degree, you come back, you spend some money with UCC, right? So I hand over to my team member, Leticia Edwards. She is primarily responsible for scholarships. She's a student support officer within the Department of Student Affairs, and she will give you some insight in terms of scholarships through the Ministry of Education.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you guys feeling? How are you guys really feeling? All right, so I will be presenting on some scholarship offers that the Ministry of Education does, and also some scholarship that UCC offers. I would first like to say good morning, Professor Colin Giles, Dr. Dawkins, and Professor Sheila Paul, and fellow colleagues and prospect students. So the Ministry of Education offers two scholarships. We have JAMVAT and financial assistant. assistants, my bad. So to be a part of the JAMFAT, you have to be between the age of 17 to 35. So 17 up to 35. You are also to be a full-time student pursuing a first degree. So if you already have an associate degree and you're now going to do your bachelor's, that's fine. So you may ask, how do we get the money and how much money does the JAMFAT offer? You are required to do 200 hours, yes, 200 hours. You will need to after you do the 200 hours, you will get 30% off your tuition for the academic year, which is 2025, 2026. You are required on the application form to upload 2 places that you can do the community services 200 hours for 30% off your tuition for the academic year. And we also have the financial assistance. So with the financial assistance, you can be a full-time student and a part-time student. It's between the age of 17 up to 40. So JAMVAT, 17 up to 35. Financial assistance, 17 up to 40. You can, if you're doing your bachelor's, associate, or a diploma, you can still apply. And you're required to do 100 hours, only 100. Only 100. And you're also required to state where you will be doing your community service. So let's get into the documents. Make sure you guys have a pen and paper, Right, let's write. So, to apply for either the JAMVAT or the financial assistance, you must have a TRN, birth paper. Ready? TRN, birth paper, acceptance letter, and also a passport size photo. And if you're employed, you can address the letter to, listen up, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Skill, and Youth and Information, 2 to 4 Heroes, National Heroes Circle, Kingston, Jamaica. And it's Dr. Tamika Benjamin. And if you're applying for the financial assistance and you don't think, or you have enough documents and you'd like to apply for the JAMVAT, you can also write on the application as an option. Tips to know. Please do not visit the office unless a representative from the Ministry of Education calls you. Don't go up there saying, oh, I'd like to know how I can apply and what's the process, why is the process taking so long after applying. Remember, after you do the community service, then you can go ahead and upload the documents. If you have not all documents, you can still apply online and then go back to the application again and upload the rest of the documents. So even if you have the acceptance letter alone, upload that. Upload that to the portal, and then you can always return back and upload the rest of the documents when you get them. Please click submit. The best advice I can give to you right now, please click submit. Don't say you submit and then when you go up there and you call them, you're saying, oh, you clicked submit, or you think you clicked submit, or you uploaded the documents to the portal and you didn't click submit. Application closed June 30. June 30, no later than that. So it's a great opportunity to start from now, apply from now, try and get the necessary documents. You have up until June 30. You will have to keep track of the application on the portal. So when I give you guys the number to call 2 individuals from Ministry of Education, please keep track of the documents on the portal to say, okay, it will update by itself step by step. If there's an issue, you'll get a message on the portal to say, this document needs some attention. Okay. Please collect these two numbers. So I have Miss Charnel Hall. She's the manager for JAMVAT. Are you guys ready? Ready for the number? Okay. So Miss Hall, it's 612-6054. And Miss Nicola Robinson Miller, her number is 612-5829. So that's 612-5829. That's for Miss Nicola. And Miss Hall, it's 612-6054. You can also email them at jamvat@moey. That's jamvat at moey.gov.jm. Or you can email about the grant at grants@moey.gov.jm. So since you have heard about the scholarships that the Ministry of Education offers, we offer a scholarship too, We offer 12 scholarships, 12 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 scholarships at this institution. So the process is not so hard. It's not really hard. Based off of how we set it, it's not that hard to get to the interview process. So to apply for the scholarships that we offer, you have to first go on UCC scholarships in Google. The first link is there on Google. You click it, and when you go on the portal, you'll see the different scholarships that you can look on, the different details and everything. If you have any questions, you can always email me at You can always email me at studentaffair3@ucc.edu.jm. And you can also call my CUG, that's 525-9198. So that's 525-9198. So don't worry. We have scholarships from Ministry of Education, and we also have scholarships from UCC. You can go ahead and apply. We will ensure to look through if there's any issue with your documents. The UCC scholarship team, which is myself and 2 other colleagues, we will ensure that you make it through to get some assistance with your tuition. Please have a good evening. The program is not over as yet. Just a little bit more, and then after that we'll be finished. But don't worry. Have a good evening, and welcome to UCC, and we love that you're here today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Leticia from Scholarships Unit within the Department of Student Affairs, right? So I have a question. What is the age limit for UCC scholarships? Raise your hand and just tell me. What is the age limit for UCC scholarships? There is absolutely no age limit for UCC scholarships. So what I'd like for you to do is, those of you who are unemployed, you're just leaving high school and not working yet, you apply for the JAMVAT scholarship. Those of you who are employed, you apply for the financial grant, right? And if you are above the age limit for the financial grant, you come to UCC and you get your money same way, right? Of course, you apply for the financial assistance grant through the Ministry of Education, you apply for the UCC scholarship, and any other scholarship that exists out there, you apply for it. Because one of the things that I struggle with to understand is I have responsibility for student progression. So each semester, students would apply for their degree programs, just like how you're doing now. You do the first semester, and when it comes to apply for the second semester, or register for the second semester, you go like, oh, O'Neill, I don't have any money. I'm like, So where was the financial planning with the free money that's here in applying for the scholarships? Oh, I didn't know. And all of these things. There are so many excuses that we have in planning financially for education, and I need to let you know that you need to apply for the scholarships that exist so that there's no disruption to your academic studies. You feel me? All right, I love that, I love that, I love that. I needed to mention something else with regards to scholarships. The email address, it's scholarships@ucc.edu.jm. 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 You see, when you come to orientation to University Life session on Sunday, Monday, or Wednesday, you're going to hear this annoying voice saying something 3 times, right? And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I've been doing this course for about 5 years now, and I continuously repeat the same things 3 times, and at the end of the day, we're still not doing what is being said. Something that's quite interesting, right? So, wrapping up, we have the lovely Donna Hunter with us today from the recruitment department, the great Donna Hunter. So she has been with you from your application, nurturing you to becoming an accepted student. And now that you're here, she's going to guide you to get enrolled successfully. Ms. Hunter, over to you.
All right, good afternoon. Good afternoon again, everyone. I spoke with you earlier this morning, but for those of you online, I want to welcome you to the start of an amazing journey. And so I come to you this morning from the Recruitment and Enrollment Department. My name is Donna M. Hunter. I'm the Recruitment and Enrollment Supervisor. And I want to share with you the members of the recruitment and enrollment team. And so when your journey first started out, you would have, at some point in the early stages, met someone from the recruitment and enrollment department. You may not know what their name was, especially if you got an email from the support email, but you would have been nurtured in one of our WhatsApp groups. Let me see the hands of those persons who are in the WhatsApp groups. Whoa, so if me plan to give away a prize today, the entire room. All right. So at the head of the department, we have Mrs. Andrea Ray. She's the senior director, myself. We also have Mr. Smith, Miss Williams, Mrs. Lothan, and Miss Green. Now, there are several steps that we would have shared in the WhatsApp group that you should have taken in order for you to complete your registration. And so my task here today is to reiterate those steps. As Mr. Dow shared earlier, he repeats things 3 times. We have posted this information in the groups. How many times? Several times. How many of you have read the new student registration guide? Show of hands. Well, now I can give away a prize. Not many hands went up, but let's just go through it quickly. So the first stage is where you submit your application. And this is for persons who are online, and we have to be mindful that while you may have gotten out to the registration process of paying your tuition or getting on Moodle, we do have persons who are just starting out the journey. And we want to make sure that we bring everybody with us into summer 2025. And when I get to the end, you'll understand why. So you complete your application, then over to your onboarding profile. All of you should have by now completed your onboarding profile, and make sure you update it with where you are in the process. Because what it does, it allows us for easy retrieval of where our students are stuck along the process pipeline. So if there's somebody whose modules have not been selected, if you're waiting on an invoice, an outstanding document, we quickly identify where you are, and we can pull those students, and then we can help them move along. If you have received your acceptance letter, some of you have not read the attached documents as yet. I wouldn't even bother ask for a show of hands. And how do I know? Because every day we post questions in the WhatsApp group asking students who would like assistance to respond. And the questions that come across to our officers are questions that would have been in the attached document with the acceptance letter. So even though you're here today, orientation day, please go back and read those documents. It's very, very critical that you read all communications from the university, because it usually has a wealth of information and instructions for you to follow. The next step, of course, is for you to visit the campus and meet with your program advisor. And we do know that since COVID happened, our virtual interactions have increased, where we feel it's okay to stay home or click the button, send an email, and wait on a response. And here at UCC, we are very customer-centric. We want to ensure that we provide the best customer service for our students and internal staff as well. But at the same time, we are cognizant of the fact that every interaction virtually requires time, right? And so we ask that instead of sending these messages, come in and meet the people that you are going to be interacting with for the next 2 or 4 years. Many times WhatsApp messages come in, like on Friday I sent a message, or was it Thursday, and 50 persons wanted assistance in the group. But then I'm looking across the SFS, it's empty. I'm going around the program coordinator section, it's really empty, right? Come in and meet your program advisors. Come in and get familiar with the campus. And if you're in the regions, you're on the call, go to the campuses and get familiar with your surroundings. The next step in the process after you select your modules, and Mrs. Davidson would have spoken with you as well as Dr. Dawkins about the importance of seeking academic advisement. We advise you not to select your courses or your modules without receiving advisement. Now, the SFS department stands ready to assist you when it comes on to the amount that is due for your tuition. There are some persons who require invoices. And as you move on to your first year, second semester in fall, because everyone inside this room will complete registration, right? No, don't sound convincing. Let me see the show of hands who this will be their first semester, so fall will be your second semester. You have to be serious about your steps, right? So when it comes on to your next semester, it's going to get a little bit different for you, and I will explain for you so you can move on next year with ease. But you need to have these conversations with SFS. And so while the recruitment team can pull the total amount due, assist you if you need a payment plan and help you work the figures, it's good when you speak directly with the SFS department for various reasons, especially if you are going the route of seeking a payment plan. Now, just to be clear, the payment plan is not something you apply for. You follow the instructions given to you by your recruiter or in the group, and then the SFS officer will reach out to you if you're trying to do this virtually. Of course, we are here today, attend the mandatory orientation. A wealth of information will be shared to get you started on your journey. This is not something you can skip over. You're all new to the institution, you're new to the facilities, you're new to everything that we have to offer. So it's important that you come in and you, or for those persons online, you take notes of the information you're receiving. The next step is where you pay your tuition, either in full for the semester, and if some of you have a whole heap of money, you can pay for the whole year too, you know. Let me see those of you who paid for the year. No, I can't give away a prize. Right? But you can pay for your entire semester. If not, you can access the payment plan by paying the 30% plus the miscellaneous fee. It is not something you need to apply for. We keep seeing the messages, how do I apply for the payment plan? Pay the 30% of your tuition plus the miscellaneous fees, and you submit your receipt to the SFS department. And of course, there are some persons who are receiving assistance. I see a number of commitment letters coming across. You send them over to SFS. You can alert us at recruitment so we can help to guide the process in terms of getting it processed and on file. And we talk about the Student Loan Bureau. There's a few videos in the onboarding profile where we have representatives from the SLB. They speak about their offerings. Students, a pride cometh before a fall. You are here today because you have decided to start this journey, right? You have decided to start this journey. And I have seen in the recruitment department where we have students who come in, they start the program, financial situations happen, and they don't come back until a few years later. They are trying to complete the program. When you start this program, I want you to make yourself a promise that you're not going to stop. Let me hear, not going to stop. Giving up is not an option. Because SLB has a way, right? They have a way for you to complete. And so there's wealth of information in the onboarding profile, videos for you to watch, and the DSS department usually sets up some financial webinars as well that you can attend. But a pride cometh before a fall. You need to complete your program. I always say to persons, get it done and throw it over your shoulder, right? Just throw it over your shoulder. Many of you have started similar journeys before at other institutions. Many of you have sat down with these applications for months. You keep coming to the recruitment department saying you're going to be starting fall. Then you say spring. Then you say summer. We're almost 6 months into the year. You can finish this year strong because come December, you're going to be in your second semester. And you can look in the mirror and say, I did it. Of course, step 9 is where you update your onboarding profile so the recruitment department can know where you are in the process. And of course, you're going to go over to IS&T where you take your ID photographs, right? And that's after you complete your registration. As shared earlier, classes commence on Sunday, May 25th. And before I go, I just want to leave a few tips with you. I have the triple SMP. Set clear goals, seek support, stay organized, manage your time, and prioritize self-care. You have to make sure that at the start of your program, you know what you are about. Individually, when you completed your onboarding profile, a section had asked, why are you starting this journey? And the responses that came in, they were very touching. Some of you wanted it for career purposes. You need advancement at your current workplace. Some of you, it has always been a lifelong dream of yours to have your associate degree or your bachelor's degree. Many of you are fighting limited beliefs of families and friends who told you that you could not achieve this goal. Many of you are trying to uplift yourself from the standard of living or to become the first member in your family to hold a degree. Some of you are doing it for your children. And many of you, every day you look in the mirror, it's a reminder of the things that you say you were supposed to do and you have not started doing those. So set your goals. Set your priorities straight, right? I'm not saying that you're to sacrifice every single thing, but you have to know what you're about because it's a pretty short run until you reach graduation. Support is very, very important. And in recruitment, we make sure when we engage our prospects one-on-one, we talk to them about what the support system is looking like. Because we know that you're fighting competing deliverables. There's a job which is a 9 to 5, and some of you have part-time jobs that you do using your skill sets. You have children, some may not have children. Some of you have elderly parents that you have to take care of. Some of you are the mother, father figure for siblings, right? We know that's happening out there, but you need some support. Put together your support system. And a little secret that I'm going to tell you, and don't tell anybody else that Miss Hunter tell you, right? Anybody can keep secret? None of you can keep a good secret? Right here at UCC, you have a support system already. And that support system is going to be your schoolmates. They're going to be your schoolmates, persons that you're going to be in groups with, the persons that you're going to get familiar with, the persons that when you have your first end of semester exams and you come on campus, you're looking on the phone like, this Donna? Is she named Donna? Yes, it's me. I'm Keisha. Nice to finally meet you in person. Because you're going to be forming those relationships right here and form some very good ones as you go along. Right? But your family members are important as well. Any husband here today with wives? Usually we have husband and wives. Usually we have mother and daughters. Any wives supporting husbands today? You all don't want to win a prize today. I'm trying so hard to give away a prize. Right? Anybody supporting a friend today? Let me see a show of hands. So it means everybody in this audience going to school, May 25th. Wow, amazing. All right, stay organized. You think you have time, but you don't have time. That's what online learning gives you, that false impression. You think you have time, but you really don't have time. You think you can skip class because it's recorded, you can go back and watch it. I can tell you, nothing is more torturous than going to watch a class that you missed because you're trying to catch up on that hour, 2 hour while you have other things doing. So please, even if in traffic, safely, log on and listen, right? You get home, log on. Don't tell yourself that you have enough time, especially summer, it's a very short run. But stay organized both in your educational pursuits and your personal life, professional life. And when you sync them together, it's beautiful and harmonious where you don't feel overwhelmed and you have to manage stress. Managing your time, same thing, and prioritize self-care. You must look after yourself. You must take care of yourself. Every week you must have some self-care rituals that you do. Whether it is you're going to watch a movie, not binge watch, because some of you are going binge watch until Saturday morning, but you must have something that you do to take care of yourself. Now I'm going to be wrapping up, but I want to ask you, do you know what these 2 dates represent? Boy, we have a very brilliant set of students coming in, Dr. Paul and Dr. Doggins. Them on the ball. And these are 2 dates for the associate degree and for the bachelor's degree that I want you to take note of. Our commencement service will be this July. And it is a pleasure, especially from the recruitment and enrollment department, when we are at the ceremony and we see our students going across a platform. Making that commitment to start is the first step. Being consistent and delivering every semester after semester, is the next step. Holding yourself accountable is another step. And in the end, it's going to be rewarding and fulfilling. Last year, I had the pleasure of walking across that platform. It was great that I didn't have to work last year. I was pampered last year because I completed the MBA program here at UCC. So I'm a product of the service here. And I can tell you about it. Excellent service. Excellent service. Many of my facilitators, before they knew I am an employee here, the service that they give was over and beyond. I was blown away. So I can tell you about service. UCC is customer-centric. And so to have walked across that platform last year, it meant a lot, especially for those students whom I would have recruited for the undergraduate program. So I want you to start with the end in mind as I wrap up here today. I want you to envision yourself going across that platform. I want you to envision the bus loads, even though you're going to only have to invite 5 people, but some people come with the bus load. I want you to think about who will you be inviting to your graduation, and I want you to speak it into being. You are so much more than you put towards yourself in terms of your limited beliefs. I want you to go beyond that. I want you to fight to get to this day when your name will be called and you walk across that stage. Your support group clapping you on, whether they're next to you sitting in the crowd as your friends or they're somewhere in the crowd as your family members. And I want you to remember that you have a place here at UCC, right? You have your place. You have earned your place here by all the steps that I showed you. You have taken those steps. You have a place here, and I want you to make use of it. So when you start, ensure that you finish your program. So that's it from the recruitment and enrollment team this morning. Once again, we want to thank you for this journey that you have taken with us. Many of you started the journey for summer from last year, fall. We have been putting you in the WhatsApp groups. Many of you wanted to start fall, and you said spring. Spring came around, you said summer. You all better register for summer. I'm not bringing any of you over into fall. I have students for fall already. Okay, the fall bus full. So you have to start. The fall 2025 bus is full. So you all have to get on the 2025 summer train. Right? Yes? 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 Yes, the time to start is now. And remember, come December, you'll be completing your second semester, not your first. I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a very good afternoon.
Thank you.
All right, I was told I have some goodies that I can give away. And I know you guys love goodies. Or not. I can keep them? I must give them away? All right. Let me see how I can give away a goodie now. I'm going to ask a question. And I want to give this away to someone who is possibly assigned to a campus that is not Kingston. Is there anyone whose campus is Maypen? Everyone here is from the Kingston campus? Or you're not so sure of your campus? You must know about your campus from now, you know. It sounds like everybody is from Kingston. All right, let's talk about it. How do you go about applying for a payment plan? Oh boy! I saw the lady in the green top. You can go ahead for me. Her hand went up first. Pay 30% plus the miscellaneous fees. You don't apply for the payment plan. You just jump right into it. You don't need to call recruitment. You don't need to get through to SFS. You don't need to email SFS. You just follow that payment guide that we would have sent to you, all right? Student Financial Services. And we actually had someone here, and they're here today. You can go over and speak with them. But Student Financial Services. Dr. Paul, thank you so much for doing me the pleasure. They're getting a tumbler. What's your name? What's your name and your program?
Aisa Irvin, Networking and Cybersecurity.
All right. Thank you so much for answering that question. The second question that I have for you. When do we usually have our commencement service? Will you be part of that graduation service? What year will you be graduating? 2029. All right, come for me, please. Dr. Paul, please and thanks. I didn't give you all hard questions and I'm going easy on you today. And I hope you appreciate that because all of you say go and register. So I just want you to stay in the moment with me. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you again, Team Recruitment, Miss Hunter, right? So we are wrapping up, ladies and gentlemen, on a tire, don't it? No. So, someone has been communicating with you over the last 4 weeks. Her name is Kimberly Buckley. She's a student support officer responsible for organizing this orientation session. And she's here to give away some gifts to, who again? Circle K International and someone who came very early today, right? I get to understand that she even came before me, all right? She come from far. You know, that is real. You know, the people who live the furthest are those who come earlier than the people who just live down the road, right? So, Ms. Buckley, I'll give the mic to you for you to do your presentation to the Circle K International, and I want to see who came before me.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope that you're all feeling well. So, Ms. Hamilton, on behalf of the DSS, we'd like to present you with this token of our appreciation for your participation in this segment of the orientation. And we are very grateful for you and your team for your booth out there. For all who haven't seen the booth, please make sure to check out the booth at Circle K. Yes, thank you. And Miss Shawnette. Because you're the early bird here. And you came, they said you're coming from far. Morant Bay. She said she knew that she would get something. Okay, so on behalf of the DSS, we'd like to give you a token of our appreciation for you coming so early. 8:24. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, the great Kimberly. Thank you. By the way, did you know that UCC will be opening a campus in Morant Bay pretty soon? So I'm hoping that you don't have to journey so far to come to UCC Kingston, but I'm happy to have you here at 8:24 a.m. for a 10:30 a.m. session. All right, thank you. That is commitment. I love that. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we close, there are some things we need to do either today. I encourage you to do it today because you're already here, or you need to do by the end of this week, right? Until 1:30, which is the next 30 minutes, the cashier will be here. So for those of you wanting to take advantage of that 30% payment plan, you can do that. It's as soon as you exit through the glass door, cashier is there until 1:30 p.m. No cash, just card. Yeah, no cash, just card. Are you ready to take your beautiful IDs, your UCC student IDs? Yes? It's immediate, 5 minutes max, right? As you just go inside, sit, take your photo, get your ID, same time. And there's no other time to do it other than now until 1:30, right? We will make some form of arrangements if you're unable to do it today because you're not photo ready, right? So the ID department opens on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., right? Tuesdays, Thursdays, 9 a.m., 4 p.m. Otherwise, you have until 1:30 today to do that. So some of you can be by the cashier, some of you can be on the first floor taking your IDs. Have you selected your courses already? Yes, so you know the 2, the 3, the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 courses you're doing? Yes? If you do not, or if you have not selected your courses, course selection is through that same glass door. Program coordinators are there to assist you. Make sure you're doing the course orientation to university life, yeah? I will come and hunt for each and every one of you. Orientation to university life for summer 2025. Each and every one of you have your acceptance letter, right? Yeah? And you know how to get registered, right? Yeah? So don't just go to the cashier, pay your money, and leave, right? Ensure your ARN account is activated. Ensure your Gmail account is activated so that you can get updates from Student Affairs. Now, there are some tokens on the outside, some little gifts and stuff, sweets and stuff. So I've been advised by the team that mothers should exit through this door, and those who are not mothers should exit through this door, right? I don't know what that means, but I'm just giving the instructions that were given, right? So again, mothers, go through my right or your left. People who are not mothers, go through the left or your right, right? So we be back here when? May 25th, right? Awesome, awesome. I'd like to thank everybody for coming to our session today. And be sure to log on at 6 p.m. for our breakout sessions, starting at 6 to meet with your academic program advisors, right? Tomorrow. Yeah, 6 p.m. Yeah. If you have any questions, comments,